What's up, Spud Nation? Here, live, with a crazy passionate fan, Lindsey. The Green Bay Packers coming off a huge victory. And guess what? I sought out a nice passionate fan, and we're going to kind of get into her life a little bit, find out what it's all about, find out that passion that I frankly missed out on as a kid, still miss out on it. And I want to know. So I'm hoping you, Spud Nation, want to find out all about this lovely lady right here. So here we go. Lindsey, welcome. Thank you for coming. Love having you on. We're going to get right to it. Obviously, Green Bay Packer fan. You, I know you. You cut my hair. It's awesome. You want to shave a G in my head. That's how passionate this lady is. She wants to go all the way. So I want to know, first of all, why'd you pick the Green Bay Packers? Is it a team thing? Is it a player thing? And kind of when did this get going?
Well, I don't feel like I actually picked the Packers. I feel like I was born into it straight as far back as I can remember. I have absolutely loved the Packers. My grandparents are season tickets, so every event, years ago, the Packers used to play on Christmas Eve all the time. We had to plan our holidays around the Packer games when Grandma and Grandpa would be home. My birthday is the end of January, so that was always combined. Super Bowl parties, everything in my life revolved around the Green Bay Packers. So it was love them or hate them. And I love them.
So obviously, being thrown into it, I live in Wisconsin, much like you do. It's the thing to do. You got to like the Packers. You got to be a home fan. You got to love the home team. I kind of jumped ship. I went the other way when I was growing up. Kind of revolted against all you guys that were crazy Packer fans.
And that's too bad.
Yeah, and I missed out on a lot, I guess. How did you just got twisted up in it? Or, did it become part of your life? How did this get going? I know a lot of people like to rebel against stuff like that, but obviously it started, from your grandparents' family thing. Is that pretty much the basis, and are you carrying that forward?
Yeah, I'd say that has to do a lot with the basis of it. Like I said, growing up, I didn't really have a choice on Sundays. Football was on, and it was the Packers for the whole family, and I've maybe become a little bit obsessed, but I love them. I feel like it's a passion, and I am certainly carrying it on with my daughter. She definitely has sparkled jerseys, and she knows when it's game day, and that Sundays are super, super important, and we love it.
Now your daughter, whom I absolutely adore, how is she handling all the Packer craziness? Is this something you're pushing onto her, or is this something that she's like, yeah, Green Bay Packers are playing, I love the Packers, what's going on? Is this something that she wants, or are you kind of more nudging her along?
I think at this point we juggle back and forth. Sometimes she gets really excited about it, she loves it, she'll cheer, but other times I think she gets a little bit frustrated because Sundays do get so crazy and the screaming and yelling, and just like for me when I was a kid, we planned stuff around the games, so I figure I can beat it into her the way it was for me when I was little. It'll be good.
Now, does she get into it just as much? I know you said the sparkly jersey. I'm sure she loves that. Does she get crazy like you? Does she yell, scream at the TV, stuff like that?
No, not yet.
Not yet.
He really quite does, actually. But
You're in a league of your own at that point, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
I feel like it.
So, how much does this team actually mean to you throughout the years? Has it grown more and more into you, or is this one special team that just means that much more to you this year?
I feel like we have a tremendous football team this year. I think they're all hands down just amazing players involved with the community, super great guys, but I've always loved them as a team, as an organization. I think the Lombardi story is excellent, all of it. There's so much history involved with the Green Bay Packers, and this team, or, in the 90s, any of them, love them all. I think they're super good.
Okay.
Good group.
At what age, I know your daughter is 6, at what age did you kind of get thrown into the fire here? Around her age?
I would think so, but I think I really started to really feel it and get excited about it maybe like 4th, 5th grade.
Okay.
I just had one of my friends comment on my Facebook wall the other day. She remembered she moved here in 5th grade, and I immediately had her obsessed with the Packers, from the Packers starter jackets
There you go.
to everything. And I don't know. It's,
Starter jackets. I remember those days.
You weren't cool if you didn't have them.
For sure. So why is this team so important to you? I mean, when I say this team, I mean entire Green Bay Packer tradition franchise from 4th grade on.
Because I think it's a lot more, kind of just like you said, it's a tradition. Sundays, so many times you're spending it with your family and friends, good food, good drinks, good company, and it becomes almost a lifestyle for the few months that the season is on, and I don't know, it's a big deal.
Okay. So what is game week like? What is a week like? Obviously, I'm a Facebook friend. You're a fan of the show. I get comments. I love them. But we'll let everyone else know. And what is your week like? Games on Sunday. Monday, you're right back on the saddle, it seems like.
Yeah.
Monday to game day. What's it like?
Well, I feel like the last few weeks have been a little bit more intense than obviously the rest of the season for being so close. I feel like it's a lot of trash talking to all your non-Packer fans, which is super fun. But a lot of anticipation, too. I feel like that might sound absolutely crazy, but I know that there has to be other people that feel that. Like almost yesterday, I was almost sick, like anxiety. My palms get sweaty, like can't eat, just... Yeah, I don't know where that comes from, but hopefully there's other people who feel that way too.
There are. I see all the Facebook
yeah.
comments. I mean, you're not the only one, that's for sure. So, you put it out there. I mean, Mondays, you're right on Facebook. You're ready. You're firing out. Oh, it's Chicago Bear Week, right? I mean, you just go for it. Now, the trash talking, does that come mostly online, or does that go head-to-head? I know you see a bunch of people, both bartending and cutting hair. I mean, does the trash talk pick up face-to-face?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah?
And usually if I'm, say, cutting somebody's hair and they tell me they're a Bear or Viking fan, early on in the haircut, I'm always like, you should have told me that after, because I'm just having a really hard time with this. But, no, it's all in fun, but I usually continue it and do it as much as I can.
Nice. You got to do that as an NFL fan. So, do you have any rituals? I mean, leading up to the game or on game day, do you have anything that you do over and over? I mean, superstitions. Is there anything that you do, any rituals that you do, maybe game day, do something differently? Anything like that?
I would have to say this season thus far has been more about what I wear. It's come down to I actually got, I think, 3 or 4 new jerseys for Christmas, and this one was the first one I wore right after Christmas. They played an amazing game, and I have not been able to wear a different jersey for game day because of that reason. I made some Green Bay Packer Christmas cookies this year, and I had one left. It was a little stocking with a G on it. I'm like, I'm not going to eat this, so they lose, and they haven't lost. So I have this really hard, nasty cookie still that I'm going to keep because they're not going to lose.
So let's hope they don't lose the Super Bowl so you don't have to eat that thing.
Right.
Those of you who can't see, she has fingernails,
Yay.
Green and gold, sparkly. She has the hair extensions, obviously the jersey, the hat. She's all Green Bay'd out. She came in a Packer hoodie. So, I mean, she's head to toe Packers all the way. Eyeshadow. There you go. Now, game day comes. Where is your ideal spot to watch this? I know that throughout the season you've been to Green Bay, to Lambeau Field. You've watched it there. You've watched it at bars in Green Bay, right? Mm-hmm. And then just local bars and at home or with other people. So what is your ideal spot? Do you like to be alone? Do you like to be in the mix with a bunch of other people? I know everyone's different. So, I mean, what's your take on that?
Well, obviously my number one choice would be to be at the game. I don't think there's really any energy that can compare to that, especially at home at Lambeau. But also going up to the bars in Green Bay, it was a super good experience. This was my first year doing that, and that was a blast because you are just surrounded with hundreds and hundreds of Packer fans, which I feel like they are like none other. You hear some of the other sports teams, how nasty they get at the away games and how bad they are. I feel like Packer fans are great. You can go to a bar knowing no one and leave friends with everyone. I just like to be where there's high energy. You know, this is the time of year, though, that the fair weather fans come out, so anywhere you go is going to be exciting, but early on I like to bring it hardcore too, right from the get-go, so.
Now you're talking about fair weather fans. I feel like I've hopped on the bandwagon a little bit. I know my prediction in the preseason was Green Bay Packers in the Super Bowl. My midseason prediction, Green Bay Packers in the Super Bowl. Season-ending prediction, Packers in the Super Bowl. Frankly, they have the best team. They have the best team in the NFL. And they're hot as hell right now. I mean, they are playing like they should be. Yeah, they're playing awesome football, making me look kind of smart, which I appreciate wholeheartedly. So, hopping back on, how are you while you're watching? I have a feeling that you're that crazy girl that you're yelling at the TV, you're making friends with everyone, and like you said, you walk away with a bunch of friends. So, tell us a little bit about how you are watching the game a little bit.
I get excited. Sometimes I forget that when I'm out in public that not everybody knows me, so it could be dead quiet and I'll just scream, "Get up!" or something out loud and people just all turn and look, and I let that go though completely because it's kind of just in my own little world watching the game. My friends just laugh.